Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today I would like to make a review on one of the recent or still ongoing exhibition, which is the 50-50 exhibition. The 50-50 exhibition is an academic artist exhibition, and I was also involved as a guest writer or writer for the art exhibition. So this exhibition took part or is still happening at SEGARIS Art Center, and featuring 20 academic artists from the College of Creative Arts, the Fine Arts Department. So among the celebrated academic artists were, which these artists, some of them were at greater heights in their career, where some of the artworks were sold for like in a price which are 6 to 5 digits, hundreds of thousands to tens of thousands, ranging from artists of different names. Okay, but all of them are actually lecturers, academicians at UITM or ITM. So among the names are Jalani Abu Hassan, Ramlan Abdullah, Muhammad Suhaimi Tauhid, Rafi Alajino, Farif Abdul Jalil, Rosiah Muhammad Noor, Jamil Mat Isa, Fuad Muhammad Arif, Wan Samiati Adriana, Wan Muhammad Daud, Rahman Amin, Muhammad Fazli Osman, Farid Raihan Ahmad, Muhammad Rizal Saleh, Murshidah Zainal Abidin, Nurul Shafinas Ibrahim, Said Zamzur Akasa, Syed Ahmad Jalaluddin, Muhammad Khairi Samsudin, Muhammad Sukur Rahmat, Nik Shahida Sabri, and Ahmad Fauzi Amir Hamzah. So altogether, in this exhibition, the artworks were more than 50 artworks. There you can see one of the striking part or the hallmark of the whole exhibition was there was the thinking wall. So as you can see in this picture, this is the 50-50 thinking wall, which completed the 50 works of art for the exhibition. And on the right, you can see the Vice Chancellor of UITM, Dato' Professor Dr. Rozia Jano, and one of the artists, which is Jalani Abu Hassan. Okay. So also current at the event was the Vice Chancellor of UITM, and also UITM Holdings Berhad's General CEO, and the other invited guests, supporters and collaborators, as you can see at the poster of the exhibition. So these are the 20 artists. You can see different faces, capturing a picture with the background of the thinking wall, the 50-50 thinking wall. So the exhibition started, the opening session started it happened at 6th October 2022 and started at 8 p.m. until 10 p.m. Okay. So I also, as I mentioned, I was the writer, also the guest writer for the 50-50 exhibition. And I also had the opportunity to meet and greet one of the legendary academic artists, which is Professor Dr. Sulaiman Esa. Okay. So starting with the artworks, I'll just give a brief review on some of the artworks. So start with this artwork by Jalani Abu Hassan. So from the work, which is titled Puisi Diam 2022, translated as Silent Poetry, invites the audience towards the artist's visual and verbal territory. Perhaps through the word silent, the artist addressed a personalized state of expression of his territorial reality as, for the time being, a full-time artist as well as an academician. The work suggests a lyrical abstraction approach in some ways which represented the opening towards a personal expression. Well, Kandinsky married formalistic aspect or treatments of colors and musics, and Jalani find novelty in marrying colors and poetry. As you can see, the brushes, splashes, splattered, poured, and stained treatments of paint open the door of expression between the artist's visual vocabularies and his treatments of silent semantics as endorsed in his title, which is Silent Poetry. The tension between the brushes, splatters of black paints on the harmonic layers of blue, yellow, and red embraces the connotation between chaos and order, perhaps intentionally addressed or expressed on these tabula rasa white canvases. Okay, the next work of art is from Ramlan Abdullah, and the title of the artwork is Projection. So projection guides the audience towards the framework of the artist's ideas and concepts on artistic approach in regards to cartography. The artist combines, duplicates, interlaced, and composes fundamental forms of circles, squares, and triangles into intricate combinations which metamorphose structural, linear, geometric, repeating patterns. Meanwhile, the complexity concepts of repetition offers the possibilities of infinite growth. The treatments of these formalistic shapes through the revisioning and reconstructing series of wall sculpture by the artist has definitely merited the application between floral and geometric ornamentation, infused as a transcendent work of art. On that, one that addresses versions and variations of identity as well as novelty in a unified form. The artist utilized basic methods of architectural construction and is applying the cartography technique in synthesizing the artist's imagination and creation, which elevates the work of art as an exceptional experience of order, harmony, and balance. Okay. So this work is by Suhaimi Tauhid, and the title is Struggle, Jihad. So the work evokes the audience towards a global treatment on the artist's representation of visual semiotic and textual semantics. The title of the work of art is An Alarming Approach, projected in caps locks, which seeks attention of the audience on a global perspective. The dichotomy between the status quo licensings of being independence and non-independence is questioned between the celebrated figures of both artwork right and left, connoting both Malaysian and Palestinians, flags and figures as opposed to one another. There are also geometrical forms layered which depicts harmony and unity. Moreover, the relief of the work of art is five-layered, which suggests the 5 pillars of Islam, as well as the 5 Malaysian national principles. Ironically, the number 55 is significant towards ITM or UITM's 55 years of celebration as an art and design platform for academic artists. There are also evidence of bunga kenanga and bunga cempaka flowers harmonically placed. Then afterward, this is a work by Rafia Lagino. So the title is Basic Pre-Parametric Shapes. So the artist recalls the audience towards the artist's recent investigation on local objects. The intricate shapes are formation from the artist's observational visit on the local metal makers in the East Coast area of perhaps Kelantan and Terengganu. Through jointing techniques, the artist chose traditional items utilizing the basic shapes of rose, spade, heart, circle, and star, finally composed to become a novelty outcome which celebrates local tradition and culture as a contemporary work of art. The pre-parametric process arrangement, as informed by the artist, shapes and also the shapes will further expand towards organic and geometric elements of versions and variations in regards to cultural unity and identity, I suppose, in the future. So the work of art produced is an established phenomenon which brings fusion of contemporary urban, structural, and architectural elements in art for the public, featuring collaborations of parametric features as primordial ideas of the past and the present. So this is a work by Farif Jalil. The title is Landscape of Mind and Taman Bunga Misteri. So the artist brings the audience towards the artist's exploration of the world between memories and realities. The title landscape suggests imaginary visions of the mind. However, Taman Bunga Misteri or Mysterious Flower Garden invites the audience towards an aesthetic layer between the beauty and the sublime. The artist is expressing processes in life, experience as a journey of becoming through the different factors such as the formative background, time frame, geographical, which constitutes aspects of individual or collective preferences of choices in life. Expressing the drips, splash, and pourings of paints invites new conversations between the artist's memories, experience, and presence in reality through new territorial blank spaces of the canvas. So the applied colors of red, blue, and gold are blend with the mysterious black color, perhaps evoking the emptiness or otherness in life, which has to be embraced as an antithesis to the further progress one's life journey in facing the mysterious landscape between mind and matter. Afterwards is artwork by Rosia Mohamad Noor, from the work of the title The Journey of Putu or Putu, The Journey of Putu or Putu. And another work is The End of Putu. So the artist invites the audience towards the artist's journey as an academic artist. In the first series, the artist addressed compilation of art projects such as inspirational subject, research, work process, artworks, and publication from the Putu series. The interplay between objects, image, and text resembles Joseph Kosuth's celebrated artwork entitled One and Three Chairs. However, the novelty of the artist lays on the traditional versions and variations of conventional and digital objects in portraying the conceptual idea of Putu itself. In the second series, as you can see, the title itself is melancholic, addressing the end, which is unavoidable and also while putting the unavoidable caps locks of Putu, which shows an alarming tone, perhaps a mixed feeling, since the artist states this work of art series as one of her last Putu series as an academic artist, since she will be retiring soon. The various commercial printed tissues of the fast foods brands might suggest the artist's loss of appetite on Putu biscuits, dwelling in favor of newer taste and preferences. This work is by the artist Jamil Mat Isa, and the title of the work, there's actually two artworks, and one of them is Tanam Tepi Batas 1 and 2. So the work invokes the audience towards the artist's perception on visual and verbal aesthetics. The title Tanam Tepi Batas in Malay perhaps semantically is extract from the formative memory, inspired by a popular children's song entitled Ai Pasang Pagi, through the lines of the lyrics of Pokok bunga meluk, tanam tepi batas, itik bertelur, ayam menetas. The song connotes in regards to the cycle process of life, experienced and embarked by everyone. Bunga meluk, roses, are visually represented in harmonious blue and red in the work of the artist. The circle shape might suggest the continuity cycle in life, addressing endless ripples in life as to what you give, you get back. The artist highlights the importance of nature as an abundant source in arts and literature, as well as how natural motifs can be applied as metaphorical representation in regards to the process of life. Furthermore, by representing such forms and content, the artist approaches traditional elements of the past as newer spirit of the present in a contemporary context. This work is by Fuad Arif, and there's actually two artwork. One is the Krite series, which is the Keningau Memoir. And another one is the Tiada Telul. Tiada Telul, number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 series, or the 5 series, which is at the right. So if you can see the Tiada Telul series, each of each and every versions of it is not identical to one another. Actually, they have the differences. There's actually some sort of that a drama between one another. So the artist takes the audience into the reflection of the artist's ambiguous and paradoxical reality. The artist currently works or deal with how he experienced life now, in which memories has become a significant state of his present being. In the Keningau memoir Kriti series, the work of art taps back to the days the artist lives with his parents as they become parents in Keningau. The creative box can be divided into three hierarchical sections. From, we can say, bottom top, from the bottom, the image of the horse, which depicts his father's passion on riding and owning horses. Above that, two symmetrical yellow rectangle shape, as opposed to one another, depicts his mother's golden tooth. And on the top section, portraying the Keningau mountain, which is the second highest mountain after the overrated Mount Kinabalu in Sabah. So the memories of the past are present in appearance of the creative box, drawn upon opposing elements which the artist states as order and chaos, love and hate, as well as living and death. So this artwork is by one Samyati Adriana. The artwork is called Combined Marks. So the work guides the audience, the artist guides the audience into the becoming of cultural unity and celebration of identity. 20 frames of geometric shapes, arabesque, passion flower from Songket motifs, filigree motifs from traditional Malay house, and Kelingai motifs from Sarawak, combined, repeated, and connected, and even arranged into a complete unified combination. On a compositional study that reflects the characteristics of Islam, an Islamic concept of the Tawhidic Weltanschauung or worldview, in where the arrangement of combined marks are arranged towards the absence of no sequel, beginning as well as any end. A reflection of beauty towards the eternity of the Almighty Creator. At the same time, the work of art explores the diversity of ethnic groups in Malaysia, showcasing high-value handicrafts where the artist as a carvers of memories. So this work is by artist Rahman Amin, and the title of the work is Definite Before the Abyss. So the work recalls the audience towards primordial existence between the creation and the creator. The metaphysical journey, composed from intricate geometric shapes, which is symmetrical in composition, depicting the sense of order, harmony, as well as balance. This work of art is an optical art which addresses at least three layers of contemplation. Firstly, by standing far from the work of art, square Kufic calligraphy inscriptions are evident, such as Allah the Almighty and Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. From this standing point, meanwhile, the audience can view subjects being composed on a flat plane perspective. Perhaps in the middle section, suggesting the Muslim prayer mat and the Kaaba cube, inscribed with the Arabic lines, La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. Secondly, as the viewer contemplates and moves forward towards the work of art, more optical Arabic inscriptions are evident. And thirdly, as you go on further, nearer, one contemplates the cubes of dot per inch DPI or fundamental units towards the creation of this work of art in regards to the reflection of primordial beings and becomings. This is a work by Fazli Osman, and the title of the work is Pangkah Tetapi Tidak Pernah Wujud, inspirasi daripada seorang sahabat, Ahmad Zuraimi. So the work evokes the audience towards nationalistic trivials in regards to politics and the Malaysian politics. The title of the artwork indicates inspirations from the artist's friend named Ahmad Zuraimi. The artist addresses this work of art as a negotiation process from his theoretical framework readings, depicting reality as an experience from the sense towards an articulation state of mind, carved by the perception and prejudice, This work of art can be divided horizontally into three sections, from left-right, with both a U-turn symbol from the left and right being inverted from one another, and the cross symbol X in the middle. Perhaps the artist is questioning the political structure system of the Malaysian government in how the artist conversely addressed his gratitude towards our 65th Independence Day in a rather satirical notion or narration. This work is by Farid Raihan, and the title of the work is Ayuh Tiada Yang Mustahil, or translated as Come On, Nothing is Impossible, and Detik Hitam, or translated as A Black Moment, brings the audience towards a reflective passion as well as a recollective experience by the artist as a die-hard football fan. The work of the art highlights the artist's personal recollected experience as a football fan. In both work of art, in the first work, The Face of the Football Player is a self-portrait of the artist. In the second work, the installation represents a personal football fan wardrobe of the artist. As the audience contemplates further, there are two visual renderings framed front and back, portraying the dystopian loss of the Malaysian team to the United Arab Emirates UAE in 2015, which is 10-0. Simultaneously, on the wall mural, the World Cup trophy is depicted at the right hand of the football player, perhaps functioning as a mace or a club in warding off large arrows penetrating from all directions of the figure's body. On top of this horrible situation, the football figure intends to gaze forward toward visions of utopian victory, in which satirically portrayed in a sense of a rugby player striving towards a homecoming touchdown. This work is by the artist Rizal Saleh, and the title is Seeds. One of the artwork, the title is Seeds, takes the audience towards the mysterious surrounding this world as ever presented. The artist's work of art celebrates a sense of mystery existing somewhere beyond the border of illusion and reality. The idea of the seed combines various interests, experience, and memories, which generates exponential possibilities as an artistic drive for the artist. The artist is continually inspired by the germination of a seed, the birth of a baby, and the intricate web of relationship as reflected on humans, plants, and animals. Moreover, the artist intends to create a visual dichotomy as the fusion of scientific collection in a contemporary art setting, which probes more questions of art as idea as well as art as knowledge. This work of art is by Mushida Zainal Abidin, or the title of the work is Cerita Ayam, or translated as Chicken Stories. It invokes the audience towards the national socio-economical issue of the country. Altogether, there are 20 frame panels which the artist has meticulously produced upon composing the recycled materials in regards to the current issues on the lack of supply of chicken meat in Malaysia. The artist found satirical poster mimicking as well as mocking the issues as relevant in how the artist interplays between her main subject matters of roosters, chickens, hens, ducks, and eggs, an ecosystem of chicken juxtaposed with the different satirical symbol and text in languages such as Malay, English, and Chinese. These visuals and typographic texts communicate the artist's apprehension regarding such socio-economical issue which has yet to be resolved. This is a work by Shafinas Ibrahim, and the title of the work is Serakan Mocha, or translated as Scatters of Mocha, draws the audience towards the artist's exploration on the semblance and subjectivity of contemporary ceramic art practice. Mocha is a pottery painting technique, also known as mocha magic or mocha diffusion. The resulting designs are intricately unique in regards to its fabrication process. As a result, in the work produced, the semblance of scattering mocha coffee appearance are presented on 20 ceramic panels juxtaposed between one and another. Nevertheless, the semblance of such mocha effect, ironically, are the treatment outcome from tobacco. chosen as the artist's main subject matter component in this work of art. The special burning process called raku, as claimed by the artist, highlights the unique uncontrolled outcome, which perhaps suggests the semi-representation of natural landscapes. In regards to such process, the artist addresses her gratitude towards the abundant natural ecosystems in Malaysia in a whole contemporary approach. This work of art is by Said Zamzur Akasa. The title of the work, one of the work here is the Akrapora, which invites the audience towards the inspiration and contemplation of experience through nature. Acropora are underwater corals in which its limestone skeletons are vital to reef building around the world. A huge loss of these corals will dramatically affect the ecosystem and food chains of humankind. The artist develops this artwork from the medium of paper, clay, and acrylic on canvas. The artwork suggests the artist's enjoyment of submitting oneself towards the sublimity of nature, which continues to inspire the artist's drive. The artist strives to engage with more works of art. The artist shares this experience as providing solitude of a religious conception of the beauty and sublime towards engagement of the creation as well as the creator. Upon engaging further, the process of the artwork provides therapeutic freedom as addressed by the artist himself. So this work of art is by Khairi Samsudin, entitled Gersang, or translated as Barren, the barren land, brings the audience towards conscious artistic approach on the impact of our environment. Nature is breathtakingly beautiful while heartbreakingly unpredictable. The artist's perception of nature is at a welcoming state of presence. Unforeseen by the uncertainty behaviors of nature, the ochre colors from mediums such as Chinese ink, vinegar, iron, oxide, coffee beans, golf leaf collage on watercolor paper shows the inclination of the artist towards a sustainable artistic practice. At this point, the artist is aware of the continual cause and effect of nature, which is directly connected to the ecosystem of humankind. Otherwise, unavoidable disease and disasters are on the tips of our fingers. So this work of art is by Suko Rohmat, and the title is Pistol Tiga Mata, one of the title, or translated as a three-eyed gun, invokes the audience towards the artist's professional experience journey as an academic artist. The work of art is a reflective personality of the artist, who finds himself as one of the youngest members in the family of his workplace. The weapons or guns indicate high power, positions, and influence when held by a shooter. The artist addresses himself as a new employee experiencing necessary criticism in the name of self-development, which most of it ends with forgiveness. Hibiscus floral patterns invites the audience towards the artist's passion and commitment in this family, pictured with love and loyalty. So this work of art is by Nek Shahida Sabri from the work Dendritic. Brings the audience towards an abstraction of ideas from the artist's exploration on techniques and materials of the produced printed panels. This artwork mainly focuses on the technique of monoprints, resulting in a series of abstract prints. Marked making produced in this work of art is by the artist are mostly accidental, nevertheless in a controlled manner as being experimented with various print surface and techniques in regards to its creation. The metric plate used is jelly, which is to challenge the potential of soft surface in producing printmaking artworks. The monoprints visualize patterns of micro-crystalline dendrites in an interesting approach by the artist. Last of all is by Fauzi Amir, and one of the work title is Discarded. Elevates the audience towards the artistic possibilities of a discarded found object. In this work of art, the artist decides to take a chance in highlighting transformation of a discarded wood into a freestanding object. One worthy of an art appreciation, the accidental textures on surface of the wood developed by insects shapes the characters of the artist's medium. Moreover, the artist refines some part of the surface to express the crudeness of nature as a natural aesthetic process. Nurtured by nature, in emphasizing parts of the wood, the artist burns some areas to make way for the dark presence on the work of art, creating a dynamic surface which explores the potential of nurtured novelty from the natural world as opposed to the artificial and synthetic realities of the artwork. So, in a nutshell, ideas presented at the thinking wall, as we can see on the early presentation, serves as a visionary framework mapping the concept of humankind freedom to express in series of dialectical oppositions, resolving as a synthesis, which is originality, identity, even novelty, which is apparently unfold in this 50-50 Untitled Academic Artists exhibition. At the same time, we can actually see that these artists from ITM and UITM, we can see that academic artist is the praxis of cultural unity and identity of the country. From the historical content, ITM or UITM has been the maneuvering vessel responsible in producing the nation's pioneering celebrated art and design alumni ever since 55 years of its establishment. In conjunction, this progressive effort of the past and present has brought to light this 50-50 Untitled Academic Artists exhibition. So I believe for now, that's it. You can go and visit the exhibition and you can share with everyone what are the experience, what are the experience or the pleasantly moments that you felt at the exhibition or the 50-50 exhibition. Thank you. Assalamualaikum. Take care.